You know that to be competitive in your industry, your frontline supervisors are a big part in your company's success. You depend on your supervisors to lead their teams in both production and safety. And your supervisors are the reason you attract and keep your really good people. But now here's the question. Have those same supervisors been equipped with the right tools to do it effectively, to be successful? Well, today we explore why leadership training for your supervisors isn't just a benefit for them, it's a big deal for the future of your company too. There's a really urgent need for great leadership skills at the supervisory level, and companies know it. And if companies haven't figured it out yet, well, they're probably feeling the effects of it and likely blaming the wrong thing. Absenteeism and employee turnover is trending up. Quiet quitting, bare minimum Mondays, resenteeism are all trends that started on TikTok, and they're costing companies billions. But what too many companies overlook is that employees don't just leave an employer for a couple of bucks an hour. They leave because they don't have a rewarding relationship with their supervisor. And they leave because they feel like they're stuck in an unsatisfying workplace. I mean, face it, if they felt valued and satisfied, would they look for another job somewhere else? If they felt valued, would they be doing just enough to not get fired? Look, supervisors are so key to an employee's satisfaction level, and job satisfaction is the biggest factor in whether an employee stays, goes, or doesn't show up at all. Unsatisfied employees don't care one way or the other whether they stay or pull a no-show. What an employee thinks about their job is learned mostly through the relationship they have with their supervisor. A great supervisor makes it a great place to work. A poor relationship with a supervisor and an employee thinks it's a poor place to work. And yet, most supervisors get thrown into their positions without much thought about whether the supervisor is going to be able to drive employee job satisfaction. They get promoted to supervisor mostly because of their hard technical skills, regardless of whether they have any people leading skills. Without making sure their supervisors have the right people leading skills, companies end up creating a bunch of their own challenges. Higher turnover rates, higher than normal absentee rates, productivity and safety issues, a big drop in team morale, and resistance and pushback when it comes time to introduce any new company initiatives. Look, these issues don't just affect that supervisor's team, they affect the company's performance and profitability. Well, the good news is all 5 challenges can be handled by equipping your supervisors with the very skills their own teams want them to have. And it's done by zeroing in on 3 areas that are the most important to employees: health, wealth, and relationships. So first, let's look at health. This isn't just about your employees' physical safety, although that's incredibly important. It's about creating an environment where employees also feel psychologically safe to voice their concerns, offer up ideas and opinions, where they feel like an equal part of the team and where they'll be protected by the company and by the other members of the team. That's the health part. Second is wealth. Now, wealth isn't just about money, although that's also pretty important. Wealth is also about opportunities. Opportunities for growth, opportunities for advancement, opportunities to become mentors. And supervisors need to understand how they play a key role in all of that. Supervisors need to offer employees some hope for the future and to develop their team members' skills. Employees want to go home each day feeling a little more valuable and valued. And that's the wealth that supervisors can offer them. And third, and maybe most importantly, is relationships. Look, the quality of an employee's relationships at work really does impact their level of job satisfaction. Look, without good relationships, without getting along with your boss or your peers, there's no chance that you're going to love going to work. In fact, even in not so great workplaces, good relationships with your boss and your coworkers can keep you showing up ready to give a good effort. And the opposite is also true. In great companies, poor relationships with bosses and coworkers will still turn over staff. Supervisors need the skills to be able to build trust, give their people a sense of camaraderie, and create a positive team culture. So when you address these three areas, health, wealth, and relationships, you set your supervisors up to create a culture where employees want to stick around and give their very best effort. This is where the PeopleWork Supervisor Academy comes in. Our program is specifically designed to equip your frontline supervisors with the skills they need to create safety and health, a wealth of opportunities, and rewarding relationships. The PeopleWork Supervisor Academy teaches important skills to help your people become better leaders at work. Supervisors learn how to communicate clearly with their team. I mean, since 80% of a supervisor's job is spent communicating in one way or another, they better have the skills to do it well. Where there are good communication skills, everyone works better together. And good communication must start with the person in charge. Caring is the next big thing that we teach supervisors how to do well. See, when supervisors care about the people on their team, they'll go out of their way to protect them, keep them safe. And that builds respect both ways. By learning these skills, your people become great supervisors who can handle any situation at work. What sets us apart is our focus on practical skills, the skills that employees want their supervisors to have: coaching, communication, empowerment, team building, connection. Look, we don't just teach theory. We give your supervisors the tools and strategies they can use right away, the same day they learn them. By setting your supervisors up for success, you're not just creating better supervisors, you're reducing turnover and attrition costs, improving productivity and production, improving your company's safety performance, you're seeing spikes in employee engagement, and just building a better overall culture where you become more of an employer of choice. And let's not forget about how you're also building a pipeline of future senior leaders who are acquiring the skills to be able to lead the company someday. That might be the biggest benefit of all to your company. So here's your next step. Watch the video in the box on screen. It explains the whole program we've created.